Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got a book to read for you. Today's book is Doubting Thomas for 1991. So let's get started. One day, Lottie Pollywog was swimming closer to the shore of Swampy Pond. As she sung a little song that went like this. There's a little bit of magic. I can feel it in the air. There's a little bit of magic all around me everywhere. Thomas Pollywog, who was swimming nearby, heard her. "That's the silliest song I had ever heard," he said. "What do you mean about magic being everywhere? I don't see any magic around here." "Of course there's magic," said Lolly. "Swim a little closer to the shore with me and poke your head out of the water. Now look at the web that Spider has spun between those two flowers. Don't you think that's magical?" "Spiders are always building webs," said Thomas. "There's nothing magical about that." "Well," said Lolly. "What about that acorn on the ground? It will grow into a big oak tree." "You know it will," said Thomas, who had to admit that he hadn't known that. "If we wait here, we can watch it happen." "Oh no," laughed Lottie. "It takes a long time for a tree to grow." "I knew it," said Thomas. "I knew it couldn't be magic. There's nothing magical about a tree growing." "Well," said Lottie, "I'll give you another example. Do you see that caterpillar crawling up the stem of that daisy? Sometime soon it will become a butterfly." Thomas stared at the caterpillar. "Do you mean that long, fuzzy, funny-looking thing will someday turn into a beautiful butterfly?" "Yes," said Lottie, "and I'll tell you something else. Soon we will turn into frogs." "I'll say one thing for you," Thomas said. "You sure have some imagination. How could little pollywogs like us turn into a big frog?" "Just wait and see," said Lottie. So Thomas waited. And while he waited, he came to visit Lottie every day. And every day she talked to him about the magical thing that was all around him. She told him how there was a little bit of magic in how a rainbow could sometimes appear in the sky after a rain. And she told him about that there must be a little bit of magic in how a flower can grow from such a tiny seed. And every day things were beginning to happen to Lottie and Thomas. Their back legs were growing longer and stronger. Their front legs began to grow. Their head grew bigger and their tail grew smaller. One day, Lottie and Thomas were no longer pollywogs. They were little frogs that could hop out of the pond whenever they wanted and then hop back in for a swim. One day, while they were sunning themselves on the shore, Thomas said, "You know, Lottie, I didn't believe you when you told me that someday we would be frogs." "I know you didn't," Lolly answered. "You had to see it happen for yourself. But now I understand what you mean by magic," Thomas said, "about the magic in the acorn and the spider webs and the rainbow and in us." Lolly smiled and began to sing. This time, Thomas joined in. There's a little bit of magic. We can feel it in the air. There's a little bit of magic all around everywhere. So that was Doubting Thomas for 1991. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.